Hi, Leila from Murlo. Thank you for joining me. Today is video number 6, where we're going to be taking the carded dyed Rambouillet fleece that I felt was a little too dark for my taste. And I said that we would be able to kind of tone it down by adding some white to it. So we're going to head over to the drum carder and I'm going to show you how we can blend the two colors together just to give it a bit of a tone down. So we'll head over there now. I'll be back in a bit.
Recall that we had to do this in batches because the pot's only so large. Using the wash and dye product for the first time, the product states that if you use it, it helps the dye get past the cuticle into the center of the fiber. So it recommends using more dye, which makes sense. You're not coating the outside, you're trying to get right into the center of each individual fiber. The first batch I did, I used 2 tablespoons and it is way too dark for me. Not what I wanted. Each one of these is going to be just slightly different again because it's a different dye lot. When you buy wool for a sweater, you're looking at the dye lot number and you want them all the same so that you don't have color variation in your sweater. For the same reason, I am going to be putting this through the drum carder several more passes. And what I do is I divide these up, put it through the drum carder, divide them up again, put them through the drum carder until I get what I feel is an even color in each of the various bats that would be done. So I'm going to do that because I'm not totally fussed with how the color came out. I wanted it to be a very soft yellow, not a bright yellow like we have. I'm going to blend it with some white and tone it down. We've now taken all the 12 pieces that were initially put through the drum carder, divided them up, and I put them through another pass, trying to even out the color from one to the next, which is pretty darn close. I might do one more of that. That to me is going to be a brighter yellow than I actually want. I know here it doesn't look, but there's air in here, it's less dense, so the color appears lighter. Once we spin worsted and that air has come out and we have a more compressed fiber, that color intensifies. It's close, but not quite what I want. So that's why I've got some white. And I think I'm only going to do, out of a bat, 2/3 yellow, 1/3 white, and see how that comes out. I might be happier with that. With the yellow now completely blended from the various dye lots, I've measured out 1 ounce of fiber of the yellow, and then with the white, I measured out it's about 0.3. What I'm going to do is just like pulling pages from a book. We're going to pull a chunk off, and that might seem a little too much, and I'm just going to open it up, lay it onto the tray, and slowly again. We don't have to go as slow as we did the last time because it has been prepped, but I do want to go slow enough that I don't create some issues here. So we're just going to get this piece on. So we've got a layer of yellow there. And now we're just going to grab a bit of the white
Being mindful that in order to get this blended properly, we'll have to put it through here a few times. If I only put it through the once, we're layering the colors like this. So if I only put it through once, when you went to spin it, you would get a barber pole effect of the yellow and the white, which we don't want. We want a fairly consistent yellow tone here. And then we'll put another yellow layer. Like I said, I'm going a little faster than we did when we were initially putting the fiber through, but now that it's been carded, we can go just a little bit faster. And then another layer of white. And so I'm going to keep doing this until I get all of this fiber onto the drum card. So I'm just going to finish this and I'll be right back with you. So here's our first run through. So we can see that there's going to be pieces of white. And if I pull it open, you're going to see streaks. And remember, because we did it in layers, if I pull it this way, you're going to see the actual layers. If you wanted streaks of color, then I guess you're done. I want this to be more of an even blend. Now, because we put the fibers on this way, is I'm going to pull off of the side and then run it through this way. And we're just going to continue to go this way and then this way until we get it blended to where we're happy. I'm going to run this through and then we'll take a look. We've now run the yellow fiber through with some white about 4 times so that I could get it blended. So here's the piece here in comparison to that hasn't been done. So you can tell that there is a slight color change there. I didn't want to go too light because again, it's going to be a color work sweater where yellow is going to be the main color and the secondary color will be white. So I still want to have enough contrast so that the design of the sweater pops through and not just look like I've got shades of some dirty yarn and some that's clean. I'm going to be spinning this worsted. So that means in between my fingers here, I'm not going to let the twist come past this finger. If I was going woolen, I would let it come back to this one. I'm going to do worsted because I want a yarn that isn't going to pill a lot. And when you do worsted, your fibers become more compressed than they would in the woolen prep. So then the color intensifies a bit. So we can see the color there versus what it originally would have been. And I'll try to hold them up so that we can compare. So we can tell once it's spun that this one that we've blended is going to be lighter, but I don't think too light, that we'll still get some contrast in between that and the white. So the next step for me is to put a bunch of the white through the carder, and then I'll have everything ready for us to spin. Any questions or comments, please reach out to us. I'm also going to have print material on our website, murlo.ca. So if you'd rather go back and read a piece, it will be available there as well. Until next time, thank you for joining. This is Leila from Murlo.